It's time for new megas. I've seen it, you've seen it, at least I think so. I'm talking about Pokemon Legends ZA. Welcome to or welcome back to Curious Chaos, where we are curious about art and get chaotic with our designs. Oh my god, he said the thing. You guys can call me Crimson, and please let this space pirate take you guys on an adventure where I give some random Pokemon new megas. I'll try not to yap too long, but basically, a list of Pokemon returning in Legends ZA was released, and I wanted to pick out a handful of them for this video. Those being Victreebel, Slurpuff, Starmie, and Krookodile. These Pokemon were chosen not only because some of them I think are underappreciated like Victreebel and Starmie, and could use some mega treatment, but the other two are specifically chosen to balance out my creativity. My favorite types of Pokemon are the cool, big, and intimidating kind. So Krookodile, which is literally a Pokemon that is a combination of both my favorite animal and favorite color, is going to be really fun to draw. And my least favorite types of Pokemon are the small, cutesy, and usually fairy type Pokemon. I know, I'm sorry, I appreciate them tremendously, but they're just not my thing. So Slurpuff is going to be perfect for breaking me out of my comfort zone and giving me a hard challenge, and hopefully help change my point of view on small, cutesy, and cuddly Pokemon. Ew! Will my prediction for these new Pokemon megas be correct? I guess we'll find out soon. For now, let's get started with the redesigns. Victreebel is up first, and this Pokemon is probably the one out of the whole list that I hope actually receives a Mega in ZA. Like, if I were to choose one out of these four, I'd choose Victreebel.
But Crimson, didn't you say Krookodile is like both your favorite animal and color? Why wouldn't you choose Krookodile?
Man, Victreebel is so extremely underrated and forgotten that I feel like it deserves more love than Krookodile. Krookodile is already up there in terms of favorite Pokemon for a lot of people, so trust me, he's alright. My boy's eating good. But the Bellsprout line, boy, they are starving. Like, I can't remember the last time bro got anything related to it. Regardless, I'm yapping too much. Let me talk a bit about this design I'm cooking up. My goal for this design wasn't anything in particular, nor to have any clear motifs. Rather, I just wanted to make it scarier and more intimidating. So it's just more everything, more vines, spikes, heads, because that's really all mega designs are. A lot of them are just more spikes, more gems, more clouds, in contrast to designs like G-Max, where the concept also gets built upon rather than just a little flashier look. So for that reason, I felt fine just making Victreebel more, and not worrying too much on if it makes sense or not, like poison gas leaking from its body. Man, I added that because it just looks cool, I'm not gonna lie. No deep, artistic, philosophical concept behind it or anything. That's alright, because that's the beauty of Mega Evolution, just making things look cool. I'm not gonna pretend I'm good with stats or anything, so I'm not even gonna touch that side of Mega Pokemon. I'm just here to make some cool designs. You guys can make stats up for it if you like. But other than that, let me know your thoughts on this Mega design for Victreebel. Do I think this will be accurate to ZA? I doubt it. We don't even know if Victreebel's getting a Mega or not, but if we do, I'm sure I'm gonna like it regardless on how it looks. Oh yeah, here's a shiny for it, and now let's move on to the Mega design for Slurpuff. Okay, one thing you guys should know about me is I really don't like cute Pokemon. Well, until now. Let me explain. For the longest time, anytime I saw a cute Pokemon, my natural reaction was like, ew, get that thing away from me, yuck. And the moment I started drawing this, I was like, man, this is gonna be so booty, I don't even wanna do this. But regardless, I had to lock in and start thinking about what I could do for Mega Slurpuff, because I didn't want to give it some lame design just because I'm not a fan of the Pokemon itself. Nah, I'm a cook. So even though it's admittedly sort of a basic idea, I turned it into a chef/baker thingy while adding more, see there it is again, imagery of sweets. And what's crazy is, I actually enjoyed making this so much. It was the one I had most fun making for this video. Usually when I create a new design, it goes through several iterations and sketches until I can finally land on a design I actually like. But for some reason, this one came to me extremely easily, and I basically speedran through the whole thing because of how much fun I was having. Before I knew it, man, I had already finished the drawing. And not only did I enjoy the whole process, but I was doing a bunch of research on Slurpuff and other cutesy design Pokemon to try and get a better grasp on what I should do for my design. And for the first time ever, after taking a closer look at all these cute Pokemon, I was like, hold on, nah, these are actually kinda hard though. And now, I, Crimson, I'm proud to officially say that cute Pokemon are very, very cool. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. I'm not gonna lie, they're still at the bottom of my tier list. But that's okay, that's okay. You gotta understand, this is extremely rare for me, and a pretty big change at that. So, baby steps, baby steps. Also, a handful of Pokemon that receive Megas are counterparts to each other, like Heracross and Pinsir, Sableye and Mawile, and Slurpuff is no different. Slurpuff's counterpart is Aromatisse, and although I don't make a Mega design for it in this video, my boy Zeketastic has got y'all covered. He's made his own video designing more Megas and included Mega Aromatisse as a counterpart to my Mega Slurpuff, so go check that out after this video. Okay, that's all. Here is Mega Slurpuff. Let me know your thoughts on this design, and if you're a cute Pokemon fan, please let me know if I did our boy justice. Also, not all the existing Mega designs are confined to that more criteria I was talking about earlier. A few of them actually do build upon the actual concept of the Pokemon, and so I wanted to try that just a tad bit for this design, and I think I found a good middle ground of that more idea and concept progression. But now, it's time for a Mega design that drastically leans into evolving the concept more. Let's take a look. It's time to give Starmie a Mega, and before I even started this design, I already knew I needed to expand more on Starmie's extraterrestrial lore. Not only because I'm a big space nerd, as some of you may or may not know, but also because I don't really think Starmie's space concept gets, like, shown more. I don't know, I'm not too up to date with the Pokemon anime or anything, so maybe there's something there. But I think a bit more space lore exposure can't hurt, right? So, the story is that Starmie is originally from outer space, so I wanted to make its Mega form take on a more celestial look. You know, beautiful, but at the same time very strange. I also wanted its Mega to look very alien, or maybe something that we can't understand too well. And that led me to think of biblically accurate angels. You know how they've got all those wheels and rings spinning around them? I thought it'd be fitting since Starmie, for some reason, thinks it's a Beyblade and also likes to spin too. Speaking of Beyblade, I don't know if y'all caught it earlier, but some of the draft designs in the beginning was me trying to turn Starmie into a Beyblade. It was pretty bad. Also, I could see those angel rings be sort of like planet rings, so yeah, I hope you can see where my vision for this is going. Biblically accurate alien Starmie. The gem in Starmie's first stage starts off as a smooth sphere, which I think mirrors both real naturally found ores with a youngling that is new to the world and is still a smooth brain. After evolving, that gem transforms into a more defined jewel with bezel cuts, an octagonal design, and most likely a price tag of $1 million. And I think that also represents Starmie growing up through hardships and defining not only the jewel, but also who they are. For the gem in the Mega design, I wanted it to become a lot larger and with a breathtaking design, and most importantly with the shape of a star, as if it were Starmie's real life core, or maybe true self coming out. At some point during the brainstorming process, I wanted to make Starmie into a full 100% jewel, like if the gem outgrew the body, but it seemed a little bit too much of a change, so I decided to do something equally as strange as you can tell. Starmie is already a very weird looking Pokemon. It's not like most Pokemon where they have notable eyes, ears, or mouths. It just has a huge ruby slapped in the middle of its face. And I think that's extremely unique. So I think a Mega where it expands on the strangeness and otherworldly aspect of its design and lore is something I would love to see Starmie get. Here's it with its shiny colors. Not gonna lie, not too much of a fan, but I wanted to stay true to its OG shiny regardless. Alrighty, now for our final Mega design. Alright man, I'm just gonna be completely honest here. Even though Krookodile is very Crimson core coded, down to the animal, the color, and even swapping out the C for a K, that's actually kind of crazy. It was actually the design I had most trouble with, and the one I'm probably least happy with if I'm being honest. Let me explain my choice for this design first, and then I'll explain why I'm not entirely satisfied with the final product. Looking at Krookodile's body, pause. I noticed how bottom heavy the design was, and for the Mega, I wanted to make its design very scary. And right now, our boy's giving big goofball energy, so you know how in some cartoons or shows, guys will suck in their stomach and puff out their chest to look stronger? That's what I'm gonna do for this design. I'm gonna make Krookodile extremely top heavy, primarily taking inspiration from Swampert's awesome Mega design. And when thinking of a concept to improve on, I had a really hard time landing on a good idea. You see, Krookodile is a criminal, a thief, a robber. One might even say a crook. Oh, okay. And I really couldn't think of how to expand on that. Like, what, he just steals more? I thought about giving him a big ol' sack, pause again, of stolen goods, but I didn't want to give him any unnatural held items or like handcuffs or maybe even like prison clothes. I don't know. So I ended up folding and just gave into that more idea again, giving Krookodile more spikes and all that. And that led me to look at pictures of Krookodile when he's quote unquote swimming through the sand. And I thought, wouldn't it look just so cool to see huge spikes poking out of the sand as Mega Krookodile is swimming around? Like, dude, that's so scary. And I even drew a small concept piece where there's a bunch of little sand owls riding on its back, so I thought that was pretty neat. But apart from all that, I guess I wasn't all too happy with the design because I wish I would have done a little bit more. It's sort of just bigger and spikier, and it feels a little bit lazy to me. But that's just me being hard on myself, I guess. I'd say it came out alright. What are your thoughts on this mega design? Are you like me and think it's a bit soulless, or do you think it's fine? I really want to hear your guys' opinions on it. I also want to hear your guys' opinion on Krookodile's shiny. For me personally, something about Krookodile's little beady eyes being so exposed in the shiny makes it look super goofy to me, but I think its colors are very cool, so let me know what you guys think. Alright, my experience after making these megas was very positive overall. A lot of unexpected outcomes happened, I'll tell you that. Like me liking Slurpuff now? PU! That definitely was not on my bingo card for this video. If I had to choose, my favorite design today was probably either Starmie's or Victreebel's, but I definitely want to know which one was your favorite, and also your least favorite. My least favorite design being the one I made for one of my favorite Pokemon is another outcome I was not expecting today. So please do let me know. Also, what Pokemon are you most hoping to see a Mega for in Legends EA? I might try this again in the future since it was so fun, so I don't know, I might be checking for some suggestions. Also, man, this is totally besides the point, but I have a baby sister who's more than 2 decades younger than me, by the way, which is crazy. But I got her a small Lapras plush to introduce her to Pokemon, right? Gotta start them off young, you know? Anyways, I want y'all to take a look at the live footage of me giving her Lapras for the first time, man. Check this out. Let me play that one more time for the people in the back. Yeah, bro. Totally ignored it. So first of all, she's tripping if she thinks I'm getting her any more gifts. And second of all, she's tripping if she thinks I'm her older brother because she ain't my sister no more. I want to thank you all. I want to thank you all for making it this far into the video. And I want to thank a bunch of you guys for the support in my last video. At the end of the video, I asked people to type 3 drip emojis if they made it to the end of the video. And almost the whole comment section turned into a damn ocean with how many drips there were. Oh my goodness, I was not expecting that at all, so it just had me smiling ear to ear when I saw how many people stayed till the end. It was awesome and I can't thank you guys enough. For today's video, I'll ask you guys to type 3 red emojis in the comments. Doesn't matter which 3, they just gotta be red. And when you're done with that, go over to Zeke's channel and watch his video where he makes even more megas. Yes, that's right. The mega fun doesn't end here. Go check out his new video, give him a follow. He was cooking, trust me. Alrighty, insert mandatory subscribe, like, and share voice line here. And that's all for me, guys. Until next time.